The following is a Candlepin Stars and Strikes rebroadcast featuring some of our most memorable programs.
WNDS Sports and Tri-State Megabucks present Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Oh, look at this. Look at this! He got it! Ready for a spare!
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is sponsored in part by Washington Toyota Dodge Nissan. Looks good.
Looks good! That's good to go! It's a
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is produced in conjunction with the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association. And now your hosts, Doug Brown and Dan Murphy.
Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Park Place Lanes here in Windham, New Hampshire. Another Sunday edition of Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Happy to have you with us, Doug Brown, along with Dan Murphy. And we're down to our final three bowlers in this series, our top three seeds, in fact.
That's right, and it seems like no one can win two matches in a row. Bill Kaufold is going to try to equal that feat against Bob Kelly today.
All right, let's meet our two bowlers, give you a chance to look at them in slow motion. First of all, our winner from a week ago, our number three seed from Milford, New Hampshire, it's Bill Kaufold.
Okay, Bill comes in averaging 126, high triple of 476, and his roll-off score 666.
And last week, he rolled a 400 triple as he knocked off Guy Pichette, 400 to 358. So today, Bill goes for win number two in a row, and he will face our number two seed, a guy who's been here on many previous occasions from Stoneham, Massachusetts, Bob Kelly.
Okay, Bob comes in averaging 124. He has a high single of 210, and his roll-off score 696.
Okay, a little bit later on in the hour, we'll have our bonus ball contest, which will be worth $60, but lots to attend to between now and then. Of course, there's bonus money at stake for the bowlers, and we've got three strings coming up between Bob Kelly and Bill Kaufold. We'll get it started right after these messages. Don't go away. All right, as we mentioned, we're left with our top three bowlers in this series. Bill Kaufold off the win last week. Semi-final match today against Bob Kelly. The winner of this one faces Tom Morgan next week in the finals. The winner there, of course, will advance to the 7th annual Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. Bill Kaufold with that 400 a week ago. Starts the match with a half Worcester.
Half Worcester right. The 3 and 9 pins are gone.
The 9 for Bill to start this match. $250. Third place prize money to the runner-up here today. The winner, of course, comes back for that championship match next week against Tom Morgan.
Flush on the head pin. I'd like to see the 10 pin topple forward. Oh, it does. And there's the result. Whoa, from a spread eagle to the 247 with a couple pieces of wood, one right directly in front of the 2 pin.
And there you are for the spare.
Turn of events there.
Now Bob Kelly.
Three, 5, and 9 for Bob.
And the spare to start.
Not an easy spare with that sleeper in the back.
And big strike on spare. Bob Kelly starts hot with the tough spare and then the strike on top of it.
Look at this. Talk about big strikes. That was quick. Billy Kaufold with a 6 fill on his spare. 3, 6, 10 on the right with the 4 pin with a piece of wood in front of that.
Oh, great pocket hit, and look at the result.
Oh, you want the 7-pin, yeah.
Gets
By
the break.
rights, the 7-pin should get out of there. That was a great ball. But he still has some work ahead with the angle that would. Let's see, he may get a clear shot at the 10.
Not the best angle on the wood.
No. I think that's probably the worst position it could get. He's got to come up high. Oh,
Got it.
just high enough to turn that wood ever so slightly to cover the 10.
Second mark for Bill Kaufold, and Bob Kelly up with a bonus money opportunity. Any combination of stars. Let's try that again. Any combination of strikes and spares, 3 in a row, worth $25 in bonus money. 3 strikes in a row, worth $250 in bonus money, and you get the matching amount for each additional consecutive mark.
And if you could throw a star in there, you'd triple your money.
For the $25, yes, sir. Bob Kelly starts this match with bonus money. Spare, strike, spare.
Got to break off the head pin, leaves the 1 and the 8. He just drives everything straight back, piece of wood next to the head pin, and the result is another mark and 3 in a row, as Doug said.
Oh, look out. Oh, boy, that looked like it might have been another strike.
He had the 5-10. The 10 pin goes out of there. It's another 9-pin drop on the spare. Not another one. I should say a good fill on the spare of 9.
Oh, yeah.
Another 25.
Not much to complain about for Bob Kelly's start right now. 4 marks in a row, $50 in bonus money, and he has the lead.
Keeps this up, he's not going to break a sweat here. He's only thrown, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 balls in 4 boxes. And Billy on the head pin again on a spare, but right through the middle.
And the 8. As you mentioned, by the end of next Sunday's show, one of the 3 bowlers remaining will qualify for the Tournament of Champions. Of the 3 guys remaining, only Tom Morgan has been in the tournament before. He's made it twice, in 1992 and 93. Neither Bob Kelly or Bill Kaufold have ever been in the Tournament of Champions.
Bill got really a terrible break on a pocket hit, knocking down just 5 pins and no chance for early for a spare.
There's Bill Kaufold making just his 6th appearance with us, Dan, in singles today after the win last week. But with all the appearances that Bob Kelly has made, it's somewhat surprising that he's not yet been able to make the Tournament of Champions, but that just tells you how difficult it is.
Well, let's see. Bob's still got his string of bonus money going. Well, that's right in there again.
Another 9-pin drop on the 5-pin. $25 more if he can make this one.
Well, he's going to have to work a little bit for this one if the wood stays there. Well, now he's going to have a clear shot at it, looks like. He's already at 78 through just 4 frames.
For the spare. Oh, yeah. 5 in a row. Another $25. The bonus money, of course, provided from our folks, our friends, and regular supporters at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan, Route 97, Salem, New Hampshire. Come to Salem and save. Emmett Horgan and the gang at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. And for the first time, Bob Kelly does not have either a 9-drop or a strike.
Takes out the 3, 6, and 10.
So the string of marks is over. Bob starts out with $75 in bonus money and kind of ho-hum converts the spread eagle for a $10.
And already at 102 and a 38-pin advantage through just 6 frames. And the way it's been going lately, it seems like the bowler jumping out to the lead early in the match is the one who wins the match. Happened 2 weeks ago with Guy Pichette and Mike Sargent, by Guy Pichette jumping out to an early lead. And then the second week, Bill Kaufold knocked off Guy Pichette, and he built up a 30-pin lead after one.
No, nothing happening there for Bill on the 7-10. (73-7) for Bill Kaufold. Missing the head pin that time, but not too bad on the break. The 1-3-7 with some favorable wood. For the spare.
And nicely done on the 1-3-7.
Third mark of the day for Bill Kaufold, and another look. The wood going down to grab the 7-pin. Boy, Bob Kelly just looks very loose, and
he's got it going right now. Just one bad ball, if you call it a bad ball, was a spread eagle on the last mark. But other than that, he's been right dead in the pocket, either 1-2 or 1-3.
For another mark, his 6th in 7 boxes. You see, he started out with 5 in a row. Bob from Stoneham, Mass. Works as a mail carrier for the U.S. Postal Service. Does a lot of his bowling right here at Park Place Lanes. This time the 1-3 pocket and his 3rd kingpin leave.
And all of those 9-pin drops have been solid. Could have been strikes.
He hasn't missed one yet. 2 in a row. Boy, he has got an outstanding game working here right now. Piling up a big lead on Bill Kaufold. Bill would probably like to call a timeout, but you just can't do it here.
He has to wait for the TV timeout. 7-pin drop, the good news. The bad news, the 5-7-10 left for Bill. And this piece of wood in front of the 10, which he'll probably try to snap out of the channel. Well, that doesn't happen.
And instead it's an 8. 98-9. I want to take a moment, Dan, to say hello to a couple of our loyal viewers on the Seacoast. Mabel and Donald Kelly. And not only just say hello, but also congratulations, because Mabel and Donald recently celebrated their 62nd wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's terrific.
Absolutely. Nice
Spare
shot.
in the 10th for Bill.
1, 8, 9, 10. Some wood to help him.
108 plus a ball. Bill had a 400 last week. He started with a 150, then rolled a 122, followed by a 128. This week he starts with a 116 with 4 spares. And now he can only watch as Bob Kelly will put the finishing touches on what will be a great first game. Even if he doesn't mark again, it'll be a great first game.
That's the first time, well, second time, I think, that he missed the head pin with the first ball. But he got a decent break again, dropping 7. 1-9-10, I should say. Some wood that should help him if he catches the head pin.
For bonus money. Yes, sir. $25 more. That's $100 in bonus money already for Bob Kelly. He's only had 1 open box. 8 marks in 9 frames so far. Oh, and that time, right through the heart, punching out the 1, 2, 3, 8, 9.
Let's see him make this one.
I wouldn't bet against him.
I wouldn't either.
Not the way it's going today.
Well, want to go closer to the 5-pin with that ball and snap the wood, but he is going to have one fine opening game.
A 160 for Bob Kelly to open this match. A 44-pin lead already over Bill Kaufold. We're back with the middle game in a minute. Bob Kelly, after a 160 opening game, starts with a strike in game 2. Look out. Oh, my. That ball looked like it was going to be a pretty good pocket hit, too.
Just a tad heavy on the 1-3 side. Leaves himself to 2, 4, and 10. Don't count him out.
Oh, yeah. He almost made that look easy. That was just routine. Look at this.
Well, this game is all offense, obviously, and no defense. And Billy's just got to keep plugging away and get his marks and hope that Bob slows down.
Oh, great shot there. Bill Kaufold goes into the corner to convert the 6, 8, and 10. Fine shot. Comes up short on the fill, though, just 4.
Usually when he comes up short, he rears up just as at the point of release, and he doesn't get underneath the ball, and the ball doesn't break as much from right to left for him. It straightens out. That time he stayed down, and he's on the head pin. I'll shoot it to 2-4 for a 10 box, but only a disappointing 4 on the fill.
Hasn't been able to put marks together, and he struggled on the fills. He's had 2 4 fills and a 6 fill already. Bob Kelly hasn't had any trouble on fills.
No, and he's got a chance to get another $25 in bonus money. He's right back in the pocket again. This time, though, it's the triangle 3, 5, and 6, but also the 7 pin.
Not quite.
He came very close to making that one as well.
Nine.
Another open frame.
That's 3 out of 13.
Oh.
Bob and his wife Marianne have a 5-year-old son, Cameron, who's here in the audience today.
Well, he made the 2-4-10. How about the 2-4-6?
With some wood.
Yeah, it's behind. You should keep the ball in play. No, it's too far left.
First time, 2 open frames in a row.
Yes, he is human.
9 bucks.
54 though through 4. Not a bad start.
And a slight opening here for Bill Kaufold.
This Bill had 2 double strikes last week.
Oh, there it is. Strike in the 3rd. Right on cue.
Maybe it's time for another one. This one was fairly full in the head pin, but he got a good mixing action for the strike. It's going to be light. Let's see.
Ooh.
8 drop, 4-8 left. This would be a big boost to Bill if he could corral these 2 pins for spare on strike. No, it's going to be left. Right, I should say. 9 fill on the strike.
And a 9 it is. We will pause right here. Bob Kelly has added 2 more to his lead. He's working on a great score right now. Semi-final week, Candlepin, Stars and Strikes. We'll be back. Bob Kelly with the big lead. Not even halfway through yet. He already has 10 marks. And he might have another one here. The 1, 8, and 9.
And he's already total pinfall of 214 through 14 boxes.
Make it the 1, 7, and 8, and the 7 is still there. If it had been the 1, 8, 9, he would have had it.
He listened to you, and
instead, it's a $10. Could it be? Could it be 4 open boxes in a row? No. No chance. What a shot.
4 horsemen plus the 8 pin. Splits the 1 and the 3. Head pin takes the 8. Ball continues with the other pins to take the 10.
And Bill Kaufold goes half Worcester left. And now right.
Well, the hope here is I'd go after the head pin, see if I can clear out as many as I can. Oh, he's got to hurry.
Oh, no. Just 4. He was trying to catch it on the side to get a little mix going, and it didn't happen. Right back on the head pin. Well, this could be made the way the wood is angled, depending on where the ball goes.
You may have trouble with the 4 or the 7 as well, though.
No, you're right.
Need a little more of the wood higher to clear out those 3 pins on the left.
Nine. So Bob Kelly working on a spare already with the big lead. He'll take 6.
He might want to avoid the piece of wood in front of the 3, but no, that's what he's going after. I thought there was a possibility of playing the wood to the right, the ball off that, because of that very reason, leaving that 7 pin.
$10.
But that's a fellow with a microphone in front of his face and talking about a guy that just threw, what, 9 marks, 8 marks the first game and 160.
Bob is at 90 through 7 right now, and he's 31 pins behind where he was at this point in the first game.
6, 7, 9, and 10. That's the triangle, 6, 9, 10 on the right, plus the 7 pin. 2 or 3 pieces of wood out in front that he'll try to carry the ball off. Just missed.
The ball just disappeared when it deflected up. Where does the ball go when it disappears like that?
I don't know, but they just keep coming back. Very few places in that machine where a ball can fit to get out, but you talk to some of your local lane operators and managers, talk to them about where they have found bowling balls.
Is that right?
It's we could do a whole show on that.
I think I told you I was at a lane recently bowling. There were some people bowling 2 lanes away from where I was bowling off to the left, and a ball deflected off a piece of wood and went up into the next lane, the lane next to it, and crashed out a fluorescent bulb right up above the pins.
The pit lights, yes.
Glass shattered everywhere.
That is nasty, boy, because it shatters over 3 or 4 lanes. And
Bill Kaufold on the diamond, no.
too full. So Bill is going to be open the last 5 frames, and that's not what he needs to do. To get back in this one, he needs marks. 9 box, 84 through 8. The lead now an even 60 pins for Bob Kelly.
The winner of this match to face Tom Morgan next week for the series championship and the spot in the Tournament of Champions. Oh, how did that wood turn?
Here's one where you, let's see where that wood to the left is going to settle down. You want to use the wood to the left. If you hit the 5-pin, you're not going to carry the 10, I don't believe, because the wood's not at the right angle. So he's going to take a little piece of that. That's the way to do it. Nicely done by Bob Kelly. You see the wood turn in back of the 5 a little bit and go straight across. Spare in the 9th for Bob Kelly, 110 plus the bonus ball.
Well, he thought he was going to get a half Worcester. Instead, he gets 6.
1, 3, 4, and 7. Oh, that one right between. Right between and over the 4 and 7.
So it's a 126 for Bob and a 2-game total of 286. And here's what happened.
Watch the head pin. Right between them.
Wow. Well, you mentioned it earlier, Dan. Bill could use one of those double strikes from last week.
Certainly can.
He threw 7 strikes in that match last week. 7 spares and 7 strikes, including 2 doubles.
Gives him 93 through 9.
And pin's still working. He'll have the 1, 3, and 7. Oh, the 2 pieces of wood hit each other and prevented anything from hitting the 7-pin. Now Bill waiting it out for that piece of wood. Chance for us to remind you that, of course, next week, as I mentioned, we'll have that final match between Tom Morgan and the winner of this one. 2 weeks from today, we'll begin our 4-week mixed doubles series here on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. There's the 10 for Bill Kaufold, a 103. And a 2-game total of 219. Bob Kelly in command with 1 game to go here in the semifinals of Candlepin Stars and Strikes. We'll be back. Bill Kaufold will start game 3, and he'd love to start it fast. But instead, it's a half Worcester. And a 9 box. It'll be so disheartening. You sit through the commercial break and you know you've got to get to a fast start, and then the first ball goes right through for the half Worcester punch.
Yes. That was a pretty good looking ball, but boy, this time the 4 and 10 and 2 pieces of wood, but they're not going to help him. He can do this all on his own.
The half Worcester leave was more of a spare leave than this one.
That's right.
$9. Bob Kelly with the big lead. He's got $100 in bonus money already. All of that came in the first game when he threw 8 marks for a 160.
Oh, look at that 7-pin. It spun around on a spot. It says, no, I'm staying. I'm not falling down.
The label, you can see the label on the red stripe of the pin. That was not showing when the pin first came down, right?
Well, he's going to go right at the 7-pin, clip that wood, and see what happens. He's going to get that wood out of the way so he can get a $9.
Or maybe a 10. Let's see. Nope. 9 it is. Don't forget, next Saturday, of course, we'll have another edition of Candlepin Skins. That'll be Saturday at noon from the Londonderry Bowling Center. All the great action, of course, presented with the sponsorship support of Tri-State Megabucks. Just imagine. Give it a try. Tri-State Megabucks. As we're getting ever closer to the season-ending Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions, which will be our 7th annual. 10 for Bob Kelly.
Well, Bill will shoot at the triangle. 3, 5, 6, and 9.
Yes, for the diamond spare.
Well, it has to be the first of many for Bill if he's going to climb back into this match.
Well, he'd gone 9 boxes without a mark before that one. Phil, 7.
2, 5, and 8. Piece of wood in behind the 2-pin.
And another spare. So Bill will have a chance at bonus money the next time he comes up. Bob's been a little bit too full, it seems, lately. He was getting those nice big drops with a nice mix earlier. Now he's been full lately. Almost converted the 2-6 though there.
Didn't miss that by much. Cut it in behind the 6.
Still pinning very, very well. He left only 2 pins standing in the last game. Only 3 in the first game, and that was when he finished with a $7.
See, you're doing it all wrong, Bob. You got to miss the head pin. Oh, well, wait a minute. The 9, 10. Well, double piece of wood. I'd play it on the right-hand tip. See if we can get something from left to right. Ooh.
Ooh. That's what he was going for.
He just said one word, wood. Like I needed to catch a piece of that.
$9 this time for Bob Kelly. So a couple of marks up for Bill Kaufold as he tries to mount a comeback. He'll be going for some bonus money when we come back on Stars and Strikes. Bill Kaufold working on his 2nd consecutive spare, looking for some bonus money.
He's only had 1 strike, I believe, so no time like the present for number 2. Not quite. 7-pin drop, 3, 5, and 6 left. 4 bonus money.
Nope. talked about that early release, Dan. It seems like when Bill has missed, he's missed to the right.
Yes, and I still believe it as he's just rearing up. See, that time he stayed down, he gets underneath the ball, a little more lift on the ball, and the ball will react the way he expects it to, and that's break from right to left. 4-7 this time, piece of wood out in front. 2 pieces, actually.
And there's the mark in the 6th. Bill has chipped a little bit off that lead. Bob Kelly. 2-5-7. For the spare. That is the 13th mark of the match for Bob Kelly. 11 spares and 2 strikes. And he's right through the heart for a 3-fill. Look out. You got it over there. Oh, great 10.
3-10 out of there for the 10 box, and 61 through 6. And Billy Kaufold needs to continually mark, but he needs big fills, or of course he would love strikes.
And he'd probably like to get some bonus money if nothing else. Oh, he gets a break here on the 9 fill.
Just a 10 pin. Piece of wood out in front should be no problem at all if he can catch that wood.
Drives it straight through, and he'll have another chance for bonus money here. That's 10 marks for Bill Kaufold. Through the center, 7.
Well, 6, 7, 10, but he's got possibilities here with the 3 pieces of wood.
For $25? Yeah. Just hung onto the lane long enough.
You see Billy's reaction. He's, whoa. He says that was too close. Looked like it was going to slide off.
Bob Kelly still firing away, and there is strike number 3. With a little backdoor help. Just got a little touch from behind on the 2-pin, right?
Drop 7,
there.
8, and then finally, as Doug said, just tripping the 2-pin.
For the double? Not quite.
Just the 3-pin looking at Bob for a spare on strike and set himself up for some bonus money.
He's got it. Answering the call of Bill Kaufold, and that should eliminate any doubt about the match, as Bill had shaved about 20 pins off the lead, but those 2 marks should salt it away for Bob Kelly. Meanwhile, Bill can keep the bonus money streak going here. He'll have to make the 3-10 with no wood.
Difficult shot. A lot of room in between the 3 and the 6. 3 and the 10, I should say.
Ooh.
Billy would rather have the 3-6.
And again for the 8. So 124 with a box to go. Bill can get up into the 360 range with a mark. But Bob Kelly is pretty much a lock to go over 400. He needed just 114 in this last game. Possibilities here.
Yeah, it looked like you go right straight down the lane at that red line and that pin in front of the 10 pin and sweep everything to the left, and before I could say it, he's done it. 134 plus a ball.
Last ball of the day for Bill Kaufold. He'll take home the check for $250, and he goes out with a big 9 drop, a 143 for a 3-game total of 362 for Bill Kaufold. Bob Kelly already at, well, he'll be up in the 390s with this ball.
Five, 8, and 10 pins, no wood. You can cut the 5-pin over.
Oh. I thought he was going to make it.
Looking for the bonus money there. Would have been a great shot.
That's a 9. Clip the piece of wood in the channel. Well, he's got one last chance at bonus money if he were to throw a turkey here in the 10th. The match already safely in hand. Bob needs just a 7 box for a 400 triple. Well, he's going to have to work for it a little bit. So it'll be $100 in bonus money for Bob Kelly, $25 in bonus money for Bill Kaufold, and Bob needs 2 for 400. And he's got it. 8, a 115, and a 401. Bob Kelly advances to the finals, and we'll talk about that, chat with the bowlers, have our bonus ball contest. Lots to do when we come back. Welcome back to Park Place Lanes, semifinal week in the books, and once again, no 2 in a row as Bob Kelly spoils that with the 401 to knock off Bill Kaufold.
Well, we all know that these bowlers have so much talent when they get on the show. They need talent to get here, but when you get somebody like Bobby and he gets into that zone and nothing is sacred down there, there's nothing you can do. Maybe tackle him or something, but other than that, there was no stopping him. Billy would just try to stay close and hope it breaks, but he built up that big lead, and that's all he needed.
All right, we'll look ahead to next week in just a minute, but first of all, a round of applause for Bill Kaufold. We have a check for Bill for $250. He also pulled in $25 in bonus money. Slide right in here, Bill. And, boy, it's got to be tough. You just sit down and watch Bob go. He really had it working there in the first game.
Oh, he started like a house of fire in the beginning. And, you know, those first 2 strings, those were my bowling balls, but I don't know who threw them. So, he bowled well, and I just couldn't come back, and that was all. But it was good to be on.
Want to make a pick for next week, Bob Kelly against Tom Morgan?
At all. Not at all. Should be a good match.
Yeah, it should be. We appreciate your being here.
Great
job on the 400 last week. We hope to see you again soon. Don't make it so long.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Bill. Bob Kelly now for the bonus ball on lane 31. As we have $60 up for grabs here, and we'll see if we can get a match. Oh, my. Well, Bob going for the low odds here.
Wait, let me start looking for it, too.
or should I say the high odds? Let's see if we can have it. Oh, well, the guess was 8. An 8 or standing, as Bob says, but it's not the same. Emily Verima, I believe it is, from Rowley, Mass. Congratulations on having your card selected, Emily. We'll be sending you a consolation prize, and thanks for playing, and try again. We'll be up to $70 next week. Congratulations. You brought Cam with you here, and boy, those first 5 boxes, you had to feel pretty good then.
Yeah, lucky there's 3 strings, and if it was another one, I think Bill would have caught me because the ball started getting the big splits, and it was tough to get anything going after that.
Yeah. But you got that big first game, though, obviously in a short match. Very, very difficult to come. We have seen people come back from big deficits, but it is tough.
Yeah, especially you're in front of the lights and the cameras and everything.
Right.
You're in another atmosphere, so it's tough to really come back. But you have a couple more extra marks, and you would have been maybe a different story up there.
All right, Bill didn't want to make a pick. You want to make a pick? Tom Morgan against you next week.
I'll tell you, it's going to be a good match. That's about it.
We're looking forward to it. We'll see you then. Okay. Thanks very much, Bob. Bye, Cam. We'll see you next week. We have a championship match coming up next week, of course, and here are our 2 bowlers left. It's the top 2 when they got together for the roll-off at Leda Lanes in Nashua. It was Tom Morgan with the 701 and then Bob Kelly with the 696, just 5 pins apart. They will settle it here to decide the championship and a spot for the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions next week. The 3 guys who have already qualified for the Tournament of Champions, in case you've forgotten, here they are. Paul Berger with the big 454 a few weeks ago. Jack Quinn and John Plant, and either Bob Kelly or Tom Morgan will join them.
That'll be a great lineup. Welcome addition, either one of those bowlers, and if they both bring their best bowling, we could see 2 of those 454s.
All right, you want to be around next weekend, Saturday at noon for Candlepin Skins, Sunday at noon for Championship Week here on Stars and Strikes. Until then, for Dan Murphy and the whole crew, I'm Doug Brown. Have a great week, everybody.